What's up, Team Emmmmsie? How are we doing? We're here now with the new Team Emmmmsie podcast. Thank you very much to NarTwoGames for coming along. If you just want to quickly introduce yourself to the people, let them know who you are. Yeah, put you in the spot. Sweet, sweet. And how long have you been streaming for then? Decent. So you've been going for a strong time then since you started doing it a bit more seriously. Apparently there's no audio on the stream for you. That's very strange, because you're coming through in my headset. Talk quickly. Alright, you're coming from the headset, but you're not coming from desktop audio. How very strange. Talk again?
Testing.
Yeah, right, okay. Well, would it be a franchise podcast if we didn't have some technical issues? So we'll start again then. Thank you very much, NarTwoGames, for coming along and joining us for this evening. If you want to quickly reintroduce yourself again and tell us quickly about yourself. Cheers, Wolfo, as well.
Not a problem. So essentially, I've been streaming since April of 2015. When I first started, it was just kind of off and on, and then at about November or October of last year, November, I started streaming full-time every day. And just kind of do a little bit of everything, and just your average streamer.
Decent. So you've been enjoying it then since you started doing it a bit more seriously since October then?
Yes, most definitely.
You've been seeing a significant growth since doing it then?
Steady growth, yeah.
That's good then, that's good, because you're almost at the big 500 mark, aren't you now? In fact, I'm going to quickly shout you out in the stream. So guys, obviously, if you're in here, give him a quick follow, show him that love. He's almost at 500. You're 20 away, you said? It might be
about 20.
Decent. And if people were to come along to your streams, what sort of games are they going to see you playing at the moment?
Right now, something that most people will not like. I am really big into flying, and so what I've been doing here lately is I fly on Flight Simulator, and I fly a fully functional Boeing 737. And I've been taking it around the world, something that the plane is not designed to do, but like stopping in like Greenland and Iceland and like going to these really weird places and making it all the way around the world.
That's pretty cool. We'll come back to your interest in planes and flying in a minute, because obviously something you've mentioned. What other sort of games do you like to play then out with that?
Stardew Valley is a big one that I've been into, and I don't understand it at all. I play it, but I don't understand what I'm doing half the time.
Did you enjoy it though?
Yes, I very much enjoy it.
That's the key part then, isn't it?
Exactly. Yes, most definitely. I do Minecraft once in a while.
Decent.
I like to do spook streams, kind of horror stuff, night times.
Oh, I love a good horror. What's the most recent horror game you've been playing?
Well, the recent one was Resident Evil 7, but the one that did the best was, and I wasn't expecting it at all, but Five Nights at Freddy's, and I just kind of picked it up to play it, and that's where like a fourth of my followers came from, and that game legitly scared the crap out of me. Everybody just loved it.
Yeah, people really enjoy to see you suffer when you're playing horror games. It's not one I've played yet, thankfully, but I've heard pretty crazy things about it, and that can be quite scary a game. So yeah, definitely, because I've been playing Resident Evil 7 at the moment. I've been finding it alright. I've been finding it's an enjoyable game once I realised it was quite puzzly, so I've been alright in that regards. One game I'm trying to find out the name of it, because we were at EGX Res the other day, and it looked like Minecraft in space, so I don't know if something that you might end up being quite interested in.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, it looked really cool actually. It literally looked like Minecraft in space. That you started your own space station, and it was pretty awesome. But for some reason, it's not actually. Dean Halls. Alright, here we go. Here we go. It's some. What is it called? Because it keeps everything I Google is Stationeers. That's the one. Stationeers. So it literally it's almost it's the creator of DayZ. So it's kind of a combination of DayZ and Minecraft and space. It looked really cool actually. Something if you're into those kind of games, I'd possibly highly recommend for yourself. If it looked really cool, and they've only in early alpha, if that, at the moment. But it looked pretty cool. It looked pretty cool. It was something we saw at EGX Res, so definitely check that out. Yeah, that's cool, man. What one's been your favorite so far out of the ones you mentioned there?
Favorite so far. I don't know. Like for some reason, I would have to say it. You would have to probably beat the Stardew Valley, even though I have no clue what I'm doing. It's because it's relaxing. It's just kind of like if you're having a bad day, you just play it, and you might not know what you're doing, but it's like it's cool. The music and everything, it's just awesome.
Cheers, Fallout. I did change it, but I was having some issues earlier. I couldn't even get my camera working. Classic franchise, eh? Alright, let's change that. Thank you, Fallout. See, mods and admins are very useful things to have. There we go.
That's true.
That's cool then, it's cool. And how long have you been part of Team Emmmmsie then?
It's been a couple months. I think it was like right around Christmas.
Decent.
I want to say, like
So
right around there.
You've been in the team for a long time then, haven't you?
Yeah.
Comparative to how long the team's going, because I joined I was 20th of December, so yeah, it's been going strong. How have you been enjoying being part of the team?
Overall, it's been pretty good. It's one of those things that you can always talk to somebody.
Yep.
And that's kind of what I really like is if you're having a bad day or whatever it is, there's always somebody on there you can be like, hey, I want to talk to you.
Yeah, exactly. Follow all the best people joined around Christmas. He's not wrong. Exactly. That's cool. Assuming have you made some quite interesting met some interesting people, had some awesome conversations, made some friends, hopefully.
Yes, exactly.
Decent.
That is very true.
In fact, actually, we're gonna because the reason that you're on this the podcast today was actually because it was your birthday recently, wasn't it?
Yes, the 23rd of March.
Woo! And how old were you? How old did you turn then?
25.
Sweet.
I don't look it, but
no, you don't actually. It's the hat, man. It's the awesome hat. Makes you look 10 years younger.
Exactly. I mean,
keep the hat on. Keep the hat on.
I've got two hats though.
Oh, you got two hats. Oh.
If I'm playing on the flight sim, you got to wear this hat.
Oh my god, that hat is everywhere. If you've ever watched the Happy Hat podcast, we got loads of people to submit like their hats and stuff, and we got him to rate them, and that hat got submitted twice, and now you've now added to it as well.
I was not expecting that.
No, I wasn't. No, it's crazy that how popular that hat is. But that's cool. So so you're mostly a PC gamer then? For the
most part.
Decent. Have you dabbled in any of the consoles at all?
PlayStation 4, I streamed on that before the PC, but I didn't like how I can't do a lot that I can with the PC, so I ended up putting some money into the PC and kind of going from there.
Decent. How long you had your PC for then?
I want to say maybe right around November, so when I started doing about full time.
That's cool then, how much, do you remember any of the parts from it, or did you build it yourself?
Well, I'm very impatient, so I just went to like Best Buy and grabbed just like a generic computer, and then I just threw some parts into it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I've got like the, it's not like a super computer by any means, but like I've got the GeForce 1060 6 gig overclock is what I use for the graphics card.
Quality. That's the one that always seems to pop up when people are talking about their new graphics cards and stuff, so that's decent.
Yeah, because it's like the price, and it's not the highest end, but it's not the lowest end, and it's good for its price, Oh, hey, Joseph. Joseph came over from my channel.
Ooh. welcome Joseph. Just getting to know the man. Hopefully you probably know a bit about him already, but we'll try and see if we can dig deeper and get to know him a wee bit better. But no, that's cool, man. So yeah, it's always better when you have your own PC, you can have your own overlays, and you can have your own aspects of it and stuff. So definitely makes it a bit more personal and stuff, which was quite nice. And you can do so much more. And the PC's better. That's gonna trigger someone.
This is gonna also trigger somebody. I cannot stand Xboxes. I hate Xbox. I just can't, like, the controller. I use my PlayStation 4 controller on the computer.
Yeah, right, fair. It takes a while to get used to the mouse and keyboard sometimes for games and that. But no, that's fair. I'm an Xbox. I had a PlayStation 4 and I sold it for an Xbox One. But I was originally a 360 guy, so I kind of had that natural progression. It felt really comfortable for me, but that's cool. So yeah, I'm actually quite interested in. So obviously you were talking about playing the flight simulator. So
yes.
What was it you studied at college or university? It's college for you guys in the States.
Yeah, aviation. Pilot ground school, theoretical flying. Our local airport, if anybody happens to be in Iowa, the Ankeny Airport is where I did my lessons out of, and I got up to just under 30 hours of flight time.
Of actually flying the planes yourself?
Yes, Cessna C-172 Skyhawk.
Quality. So have you managed to continue on with that? Are you trying to become a pilot, or what's it you're doing with it?
My dream job is a 737 pilot. Doesn't matter what company. What happened was I failed my medical because I take Xanax for anxiety. So pretty much as soon as I stop taking the Xanax for anxiety, I can get my medical and continue on. And it's also, like, to get up to airline transport, it's $100,000 to $200,000 to get there, and that's just working your way up. It's really difficult. It's expensive.
Yes, definitely. But if it's something that you enjoy and you've got a passion for it, in fact, you must have a very strong passion for it if it's something you're doing in your own free time to play a flight simulator and stuff. That's pretty cool. That's cool. Yeah.
Yes.
The planes are actually, they're engineeringly very, very interesting, and some of the things, like, pilots, like, you have to know so much about these vehicles and the way, especially with, like, some of the conditions that you can actually be flying in. It's pretty crazy. So during your 30 hours of flight time, what is some of the aspects that you were actually doing? Was it the full takeoff, in the air, and landing?
It was, and this is, before I say that, this is, some people are always kind of like, why are you playing this game? And my kind of response is, A, I like playing it, and B, I want to teach people more about it, because people have been in airplanes, but they don't necessarily know anything about it. Some people aren't interested, but some people are like, oh, how does this work? Mm-hmm. But in my flight training, we did everything from the takeoffs, turns around a point, sharp 90-degree turns, stalls, spin stalls, stall recovery right above the ground, VFR flight where you put goggles on where you can't see outside and you can only see the instruments, and you land the plane with just instruments.
That's pretty mental.
Yeah, it's kind of scary at first, and it makes you a little queasy because you can't see outside and it's just the instruments, and if you're in choppy weather in the small plane, you just
Oh, in fact, actually, I'm gonna find this plane that I'm gonna potentially fly. What's it called? Company called again? Oh crap! What's the company called? And honestly, the look of it is just like one with propellers, and I'm just like, I don't want to get on that. I don't want to get on that plane. Oh,
is it the Crash 8, I wonder? The de Havilland -8, but we call it the Crash 8?
The Crash 8? Why would you call it the Crash 8? Why would you call a plane a crash? That just, like, does not, like, give me confidence in it whatsoever. Oh, what is it?
It's, I'll see if I can find it. I'll get a picture of it. I actually have it on the flight sim. But,
Sweet.
It's a de Havilland -8.
Yeah, chuck it in the chat as well. You can more than welcome to let the people know.
So I'll put this link in your chat and see if this is what you're talking about here.
Let's see what we've got here. Yes, that is it. Oh yeah. All right. Now I feel really confident about getting on that it's
it's okay. Most likely, you're not going to crash. I
Yes,
mean, it's still,
I'm quite confident it
but
won't crash, but there's just something that about the look of it that just like,
that's why
nah.
it's called the Crash 8. The way its landing gear is set up, the landing gear comes out of the engines of the airplane. And sometimes what has happened in the past, and I think they have fixed this
I
since
feel
it was
like
happening
I feel
so
like I
often,
need to stop you right now. But continue anyway.
um, that the plane would land and these landing gear on these specific planes would give out and the propellers would strike the ground and like fly into just different pieces everywhere.
Oh my god, that sounds crazy.
And it was so hard to land because of the shape of the airplane.
Yeah.
You can tell it looks a little different. That they would often, instead of when they would try to flare the airplane, they would touch down with all three wheels at the same time, and that would buckle the front gear. And it's just a really hard plane to fly.
Well, at least it's a good challenge that if you're good at it, then you can pretty much fly anything.
Exactly, exactly.
Well, that's pretty cool, man. That's cool. It's quite an interesting. It is an interesting topic. They are very, very. Because I almost did aeronautical engineering at uni, then I changed and did civil engineering. But that's pretty cool. So how long ago was it since you applied last, and how long have you not been able to do it? Do you reckon?
The last time I went up was with my wife. She had never been in a plane before, and I was like, let's go up in the plane, and we flew around town. She took a bunch of pictures and stuff, and this was last year or the year before, and so that was the last time I was flying. And the dude was really cool. I had never met this guy before, but I was like, hey, I've got like 30 hours of flight time. Do you care if I do the walk around and fly? He's like, yeah, I don't care. I just, for legal reasons, I got to land. And I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah.
But otherwise, like, I was the one flying, talking to Des Moines and stuff. It was pretty cool.
Decent, decent, and so obviously, when do you reckon that you might be able to start applying again once your medical issues might improve?
I'm hoping within the next 2 years or so is kind of what I'm telling myself.
That's cool. That's cool. Well, at least you've got a realistic goal at least.
Yes.
That's cool. Do you find that streaming is something that's maybe been improving you or helping at all?
Yeah, with the anxiety, it's like I have two separate medical conditions, and the anxiety is the one that really prevents you from flying because of the medicine you have to take for it. The Xanax can make you kind of loopy and whatnot, and they don't
Yeah.
want that.
Yeah,
It's the last
definitely
thing you
not.
want, your pilot. Um, but the other one is I have a back condition, but that doesn't prevent you from flying. So
Just makes it
that
uncomfortable.
exactly. So that it's working itself out, and the streaming has definitely at times helped with some of the anxiety issues.
That's
Most
alright.
definitely.
That's good then. That's good because you do see that a lot with a lot of people when they're streaming that they start to improve and they start to get better. And confidence is a large thing to do with it. And as you're streaming, you're starting to enjoy it. You're starting to get comfortable being in certain situations, pushing your comfort zone and stuff, which is a big, massive, really thing to do.
E- Exactly, especially when you have anxiety, and sometimes you feel like it's hard to talk to people or convey what you're feeling because unless you have anxiety, you can't really know exactly what the other person is feeling, but you can try
Yeah,
to. But it's kind of one of those barriers that you push through, and once you do, um, it starts getting better
yeah,
overall.
and you can start enjoying life a wee bit better and start doing things you might not have got used to, and getting things like obviously trying to start flying and stuff would probably be, if you've got a goal, I think it's definitely going to help. Definitely something that's probably going to help you try and achieve that at least. So that's cool. Um,
Exactly.
all right. So who's the little cute little black cat then that's behind you on your right?
Oh, that is the 30-pound cat.
30 pounds.
Yes, that one is Lily. She loves everybody. The other cat is Loki. She's fat as well, but not 30 pounds. And she's a mama's girl. She's actually right here.
Yeah, she popped up on the stream earlier in the back behind your left shoulder, behind on the keyboard.
Oh yeah, that's her way of getting up into the window. But yeah, those are. I mean, this one's sleeping. She doesn't care.
Do you ever get so loud that while you're streaming that it goes a bit crazy for them?
They're usually the one that causes the craziness, especially this one here. She will bring me her toys, and I can't hear anything with these headphones on. So people will be like, "Hey, your cat's bringing you the toy." She just go, "Meow, meow, meow, meow."
Need
Yeah,
to.
this is the 30 pound.
Yeah, she's
He is
quite a
heavy.
large cat. My cat's heard the mention of it and is starting to come and join me in a minute. Hello. You want to come and say hello? Come here. Say hello. So this one's little Sonura, which is Swahili for kitten. She's tiny though. She still looks like a kitten, but she's 10. That's cool.
Looks like a little version of my cat.
So how long have you had your cats then?
Oh, this one is like 11. This cat was my wife's before we met, and then the other cat, Loki, she's laying down right here. She'll freak out if I pick her up, but she is. We've had her. We got her shortly after we met. Um, so about 2.5 years or so, but she's like 4 years old, five, something like that.
All right, so very young then. Still enjoying the use of life.
Exactly. I mean, the big fat cat is more active than the other cat. The other cat doesn't even know how to play. I think something's wrong with her. Like you throw something and she'll run after it, and then she'll be like, I don't know what to do. What do I do?
Get the laser pen out and see if that works.
She doesn't follow it, but the
No.
big cat does. She doesn't fall for it.
But we're quite funny. The dogs end up chasing the laser pen more than the cats, so we end up having fun with that instead.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah, dogs are idiots as well. Follows cat is 3. Oh. Boom. Big birthday.
Joseph wants to ask me something. What is it, Joseph?
Oh, with the delay, we'll get around to that. We'll ask that question when it props up.
Yeah,
So,
the
yes.
delay is real.
So you're from Iowa. Have you done much traveling at all? Even out with the States?
I've never been out of the United States. The wife and I really want to go to Germany. I really want to see like most of the whole UK area. Like I want to go to Ireland. My older sister's been to Scotland. She went to Loch Ness.
Woo!
And
I was up there
and
yesterday actually.
were you?
Yeah.
You see the monster?
No, I wasn't that lucky. It's actually a funny story as to why I was there. It wasn't smart, but continue. Where else are you actually wanting to visit at some point?
So I want to go to Ireland, Scotland, the UK, and the wife and I want to eventually live somewhere in Germany. So we want to go there.
That's
as
pretty
well.
cool. What makes you want to live in Germany then?
Just how nice it is, and I mean, I'm not a very on my channel. I'm not a very political person, so I don't go into that. But I prefer somewhere else as opposed to
United States.
certain stuff.
I think we can all understand and appreciate why. But that's pretty cool then. Is there any goals or objectives of when you might be able to achieve that, or is it just going to hopefully happen at some point in the future?
Hopefully, just at some point in the future. Just she's in school right now in college for nursing.
Ah, that's pretty good. Yeah, nursing's
Yeah.
definitely something that's always going to be helpful for you trying to get around and trying to help move into other countries, because everyone's always looking for nurses and stuff.
Exactly. If you're a nurse over here, we do go to Germany. They're going to look for nurses too. So it's
Exactly.
kind of one of those universal
Jobs.
things. Yeah.
The only thing will be
Exactly.
the language barrier we'll need to start learning to get past.
She's already set on that. I am a little bit, but not so much like she is. I
That's
know a few words here and there. I know more Chinese than German.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
Still don't know very much, but I know a little bit.
What made you want to learn some Chinese?
I really never planned on it, but it was actually my second job. I was working at people in the States might know it's called Hy-Vee. It's kind of like a Walmart.
All right, okay.
And I worked in the Italian, and right next door was the Chinese. And there was such a nice guy. We called him Bob because we could not pronounce his real name. And he would always just come up and like teach me random bits of Chinese.
Yeah, that's pretty cool then. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
we had a Chinese that we could go for school lunch. That was pretty cool actually. The people there were all pretty sound actually, really sound. But as a student of high school, like 14, 15, 16, it's probably not the most healthiest lunch to be having on a regular basis. But I wasn't complaining. It was well priced. And, I got a lovely meal every lunch, or most lunches when I decided to go. But that's cool. Oh.
Yeah.
Catch you later, Cross. And Cos, we're doing good, man. We're doing good. Yeah, Joseph decided just to disappear. He's like, can I ask you? Maybe his question was that can he ask something? That was his question.
Yeah, I do that sometimes. Where it's like, can I ask you a question? It's like, you just did.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue. It's like, no, I'm just kidding. What do you want to ask? I love
scumbag.
I just love talking to people. So it's I rarely am like just. There has been only I can think of one person that has been to my stream where it's just like, please just shut the fuck up. Please don't talk anymore.
Stop talking. I'm giving you the hand. Please stop.
There's only been one case of that, and it's like I hate banning people. I hate timing people out. But there was just that. It was that one person that's just like, please stop talking.
See, I don't mind it. We finally got our question. I'll read it out for you. I'll read it out to you. So Joseph Dillon 23 is saying, if he was a pilot for one day, what do you have to do if the plane lost its fuel in both engines?
Well, in that case, you would have a flame out, a dual engine flame out, and think of it as like the U.S. Airways 1549 solely, and the Miracle on the Hudson. It'd be the same type of deal. Now, this has happened before. If you look up the Grimley glider incident. And they were at cruise altitude. They had a fuel leak. They didn't realize it at first. Or wait, no, that's a different plane. This one they switched over to kilograms, but they used pounds. They were in the process of switching, so they ran out of fuel. Ooh. And they ended up running out of fuel at cruise altitude, and they ended up circling down and landed on an unused, an old Air Force base, like airstrip, but at that point in time, it was actually a racetrack, and there were like go-karts and stuff racing on it.
Shit.
They were running away from this like 737 or whatever it was coming in. And so if you're near an airport, pilots are trained to just kind of circle down and make it in. Planes are very good gliders, believe it or not. They make a very good glider.
Yes. I suppose it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because natural design and engineering, that's what you're trying to go for, and it's just the energy of from the engine that actually keeps you up. So
exactly. Now the only case with the Soli and the landing on the Hudson was they didn't have the altitude. They didn't have the altitude and speed, so they only had one choice.
Yeah, because that was they obviously made the film recently with Tom Hanks called Sully, didn't they?
Yes.
Have you seen it?
I have, and it's always really cool because. And a lot of people don't know this, but when they say let's listen to the cockpit voice recorder, what they were saying.
Your cat's playing with something in the background, and it just jumped up and caught my eye.
Oh yeah, there's a fly in here, and she's catching the fly.
And I do apologize. Continue.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. She's weird. Oh, I just saw it on the stream playback.
Proper going for it.
But
yeah, we were talking about Sully.
Yeah, solely. People don't realize that when they say, let's listen to the cockpit voice recorder. That's actually what was said in the cockpit between Tom Hanks and the dude playing Jeffrey Skiles. That's actually what they were saying, and the alarms going off in the cockpit were what was actually on the cockpit voice recorder. It was almost to the T. There was a couple things that were changed for dramatic purposes, but pretty much exactly the same.
That's pretty cool. It was actually a really good film, actually. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The one thing that they didn't portray in the film, just for obviously dramatics, how long it occurred. Did not happen over a couple of years, the whole incident, because obviously it makes it feel like it's a short period of time in the film and stuff. But there was something satisfying about it. The guys on the board were very smug. And the actors did a really good job because you just feel satisfied when Tom Hanks is wiping the grin off his face.
Exactly. Now, in real life, the NTSB was actually mad because that never happened. They did their investigation, but they never once questioned solely, and so they got mad at what's the dude's name that directed it?
I'll quickly Google it.
Clint Eastwood. They were like
Ah,
mad at Clint Eastwood, and
yeah,
it's like, dude, it's just a movie.
yeah.
It's just a movie.
The problem is though, like I suppose they're not too bad because they've not really got that big a name for themselves. But like films can be very, very influential in people's opinions on certain aspects and stuff. So it can be quite dangerous when a film gets something really wrong and you end up getting the brunt of it from your customers and stuff.
It's true.
So
That's true.
it's understandable that they might be a bit annoyed and a bit angry, but if they educate other people that it might be something that'll pass, and I think they'll be fine. Obviously, naturally, there's always going to be flights. So, but no, that was.
And it's not.
You?
And it's not like the NTSB is like, I'm gonna go pay for NTSB services. It's like they're just there to investigate the accidents, plane crashes. They investigate it. They're done. It's not. It's not like yeah.
That you're paying for a service. They're not actually one of the flying companies. But no, it's quite
Yeah.
interesting though. It was a really good film. I do like those kind of films. They're always really good.
Yeah, they are. They, like now, Flight with Denzel Washington. I had many gripes with that because, like, okay, they pull the fire extinguisher in the engines, but yet the engines are still working. No, that cuts off the oil and fuel flow, and literally has fire extinguishers that destroy the engine. You can't keep going. It doesn't work that way. And I had many gripes, but I still liked it.
It was a good
But-
film again. Again,
Yeah.
you come down to the acting. The acting was quality in that as well. Oh,
Exactly.
Joseph's got a good question. If someone passes out on a plane, what would you do? Just wait till you land and then get the medical to deal with them there? I'm assuming he means
if it
pilot.
was-
I was just being funny.
If it was a pilot, say one of the pilots passed out, you would declare a mayday. Now, if it's a passenger that passes out, you would declare what's called a pan, which is like a mayday, but a step below.
All right.
So it means, hey, we need priority landing, but we don't need like the whole fire brigade to treat us. And you would just tell the air traffic controller, we have a passenger with a medical emergency. We need an ambulance ready when we land. Then that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and obvious. There's obviously one name that comes to mind when you first think of that. Obviously from recent times with Carrie Fisher. Obviously that would have occurred in her flight as well. 'Cause did she not have? She passed out in that, and her flight was it not? Quickly Google that. Carrie Fisher.
I have not heard of that.
Yeah, I'm sure she went into cardiac arrest on a flight.
Yeah, and usually the flight attendants will ask if there's a medically capable person on board to assist. They don't say like a nurse or doctor. They say a medically capable person. And then if somebody knows how to perform CPR, they'll go up there and help. Even if it's the pilot, at that point, that's kind of when you throw the rule book out, and it's like, okay, yes, you can go into the cockpit and perform CPR on the pilot.
Yeah. So yeah, she suffered a heart attack on a flight from London to LA. And never regained consciousness. So yeah, that's pretty crazy to think that I was like, because that's one of those places where like you're in, especially from London to like LA. Like if you're in the top, like the middle of that flight, there's not much you're gonna really be able to help out with other than some of the basic first aid procedures and stuff. So it's actually kind of scary when you think about it like that.
Yeah, there's no land. You can't just like do a rapid descent and land real quick. You're over water. Where are you gonna go?
Exactly. So it's just, yeah, it's kind of. God damn it, Joseph! You made this all dark. But no, we've spoken so much about your engineering. We've actually forgot about to talk about gamings and stuff. So we'll turn it back around. So what's some of the games in as a kid or as you were younger that really got you into gaming? What were some of your favorite ones?
That's a nice comment. The Star Fox series, all of the Star Fox games. I loved the Star Fox games from the Super Nintendo, the Nintendo 64. I never owned the N64, but I'd always go over to a buddy's house that had it. And I know a lot of people didn't like the ones that came out on the GameCube, where it was like more like The Legend of Zelda, but I loved those games where they had crystal and everything. I loved those games.
I didn't realize I had a game. There's a version of it on the Wii U apparently, which is quite cool.
Is there?
Yeah, yeah. It's a To be fair, it's actually one that's not really came up in the podcast yet, but it was actually something that I remember playing as a kid, and there was something, because obviously it being space and stuff as a child, it's quite interesting and intriguing, some of the things that you could do, which was always quite interesting. Alright, okay, mate. See you later, bud. Sorry, I just had to ban some random. I don't know what you were saying.
But yeah, like my all-time probably like favorite like game series is the Souls series. The Souls series.
Oh, like Dark Souls?
Yeah.
What was the one that was very similar? Was it Bloodborne?
Yeah. Bloodborne.
So have you played all three, the Dark Souls and Bloodborne then?
Yes, the only one I have not played is Demon Souls.
I've never heard of Demon Souls.
It was the one that started.
Alright, okay. PlayStation 3 original. Wait, is it Dark Souls actually that recent? Oh, original Dark Souls on PS3. I thought it was a longer standing game than that. It's one that it is a game that I've considered dabbling in at some point, and but the idea, I reckon I get too frustrated too easily.
Yeah, there's literal controller throwing and everything else involved.
So have you completed them all then?
All of them except for
Dead Souls.
Dark Souls 3 because I haven't really streamed it too much and I need to beat the DLCs. I beat the actual game,
that's
but not
good
the
then.
DLCs.
That's pretty
Not
good.
Bloodborne. Bloodborne is too hard for me. My wife loves it, but I just couldn't get into it.
Joseph's got a good question.
Played Five Nights at Freddy when I was a kid. No, I played it a couple months ago though, and that's where a fourth of my followers came from was FNAF. Everybody, I would always say, trying not to crap my pants. I'm doing Five Nights at Candy's now, but
Five Nights at
yeah.
Candy's. What's that? Is that like DLC for it or something?
it's a different game. It's a quote unquote ripoff game, but it's a highly like it's not like a crappy ripoff game. It's like a really good game series.
All right,
It sticks pretty close to it.
I'm gonna see what I'm doing right now is I'm going through your clips at the moment. I'm gonna see if I can find.
Oh, find the one with me dancing in FNAF 4. Oh my god!
I was actually gonna find one of you playing Five Nights at Freddy. To see if there's any good ones you getting scared that we can share with the chat.
See, I don't clip because I didn't know how to do it until like 2 days ago. But
Yeah.
everybody else does, yeah.
That's cool. I see you've actually played Emily Wants to Play.
Yes, yep. That was spooky as well.
Yeah, it's petrifying, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I never beat it because I got frustrated. It kept glitching out, and I literally just like on stream I was like, F it. I just threw the controller down. I was like,
what hour did
we're
you
done.
get to?
The very last one, but
Yeah, the
it
last
kept
one's is
glitching.
yeah. The last one's weird. It's all about it's a bit of a luck part then, because by that point you kind of understand what everyone's doing. You know what to do, and it just comes down to luck of where things spawn essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to that hour as well and gave up. But like at the start, it has like very little instructions, and you are crapping it. Like you are I was petrified. There's a couple of really good clips of me absolutely shitting myself.
The thing that was my problem was they would every time one of them would come, they all came at the same time, and it always did that. And it's like I literally can't win.
Yeah.
I literally cannot win.
Because because you obviously you need to run away from one, but you can't move from the clown.
Exactly. Or you wouldn't hear any of them make the noise, and all of a sudden you would just die. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. Thank you.
There was one glitch that got me an absolute beauty, and that was so I had the first doll, which you have to stare at, and then the third one that chases you.
Mm-hmm.
So I ran tried to run out the room, got to the door, and got caught by the one that chases you. So by this point, like, I'm not scared anymore. I understand what's happening. I was just annoyed. It just bugged me, and I was like, fine, fair enough. However, it glitched, and it scared me again. So I'm sitting here with my hands in my head, like, going, fuck's sake, I need to get through this hour, and I'm getting really annoyed. And then it scared me again. I had to, like, I ripped my headphones off, and I just started shaking. I was petrified,
Yeah, I've came into, like, with FNAF, I've ran into that a few times and stuff, and it's like, once you've played it for long enough, you know when the spooks are coming.
Yeah.
But still, once in a while, for one reason or another, they'll still get you. Even though you know it's coming, it'll still get you.
You think you're safe. You're really not. You're really not safe. But it's hilarious
Exactly.
watching other people play.
So, important.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, in 15 minutes.
I sent Mum £17 to send to you. because you never sit with a £10.
Sounds good. Cool. Cheers. Sorry, my brother. We were gambling on the races today, and we won some money, so it's pretty decent. Pretty decent. Can't complain. I won 17.
There you go.
His girlfriend won 43. So pretty good day. Pretty good day. But no, I love a good horror. There's something about being scared that's highly amusing to watch, and although I'm petrified, I also find my own reactions quite funny as well. So
Yes.
and there's always actually usually quite a decent story in the background as well. Have you ever played Outlast?
Yes, I beat that game. Mm-hmm.
And did you play the DLC for it as well?
No, I chose to buy Resident Evil instead of the DLC.
Fair enough, fair enough. If you really enjoyed the story of Outlast, I recommend the DLC because it's all about the reasons why the reporter was there in the first place. So I loved Outlast because I got past the horrors about halfway through the game, and then I got caught on the story, and I was really intrigued as to what was going on and stuff in it. So I really enjoyed that. What is sister location then, Joseph? Let's find out. Sister location, because he's asked.
That's the 5th game in the series, and it's really fun.
Really fun, is it? Five Nights at Freddy's
Yeah.
sister location.
Yeah.
Oh, alright, okay, this is gonna. Oh, is this the dancing clip? Alright,
Yeah.
okay. What I'm gonna do then is I'll put it over your face. I'm gonna put it over your camera, and we're gonna enjoy one of your best moments on stream then, shall we? Oh.
It's the most viewed. How's it going, Phoenix?
Alright, let's put the volume up, let's go, let's see what it's all about. You're also already missing a head. I love how you've got Five Nights at Freddy in the background at the same time. Is this a regular thing on your stream?
Yeah.
Oh well, guys, if you've never been across the NarTwoGames, you're definitely have to go check it out and enjoy the singing and the dancing. I just enjoy that you did that in Five Nights at Freddy, man.
Yeah, I do a bunch of weird stuff. I'm a weird person.
Hey, we're all weird, really. We've all got a weird part to us somehow. So, as long as we have fun and we're entertained and we enjoy it at the same time, then really be weird. Be as weird as you want.
Exactly.
Sweet. So, do you actually have a schedule, by the way, of how regularly you stream, or do you just stream when you can?
Weekends are tentative. The weekdays is usually 8 a.m. Central Time to about 9 or 10 p.m. Central Time.
So a 13-hour shift.
About 14, yeah.
Yeah, better math streaming. That's a hard graft, man. I struggle these days. I can barely get through 3 hours of streaming these days.
And there are some days where, I might start an hour late or something, but for the most part, I try my hardest to stick to the schedule.
That's pretty cool. So when are you going to be streaming next then?
Probably after this.
Oh, you're going to be streaming straight after this then?
Probably.
Sweet.
Maybe not right after, but
No problem.
shortly after.
And what are you going to be streaming then?
I'm probably going to do part of my round the world flight because I'm almost done. I am almost done with that round the world flight.
Decent. So where are you at the moment then?
I am in some remote place in South America.
Quality. And
I'm going to be flying up to Trinidad.
Decent. And so is it? So when you're in the flight simulator, so obviously you do the takeoff and the landing, which is probably the technical stuff. When you're in the air, does it speed up time, or does it challenge you in certain aspects as you're flying along?
You can do real time. So if you're doing London to Heathrow, you can do the full 10-hour flight. I mean, it's literally just on autopilot, and you're just kind of sitting there like.
Yeah.
I'm just talking to the air traffic control because I play online, and I'm actually training to be the air traffic controllers online as well.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
But again, it's just talking to ATC. You can speed up time, you can keep it normal, but it's pretty realistic for the most part.
Yeah. So you obviously mentioned the flight tower, yeah. So it's quite a bit of a community then of people who are obviously in the very similar interests and trying to recreate it as something that's as realistic as possible.
Believe it or not, and a fourth of my followers came from me playing Flight Simulator.
That's good then. That's good.
I was never expecting that, but and then I got a $2,000 donation the other day from somebody in the flight sim community.
How much?
2,000.
What?
I freaked.
Yeah.
I just put on my little, you know how the donation goal thing.
Yeah.
I put I'll send you a link for it, but I essentially put this here. I'll put it in your chat. So I put for that, and it was just like, okay, I'm not expecting to get it at all. And then some dude came in, and then he gave me an extra like 750. He's like, here you go, pay your bills. I was like,
what?
Yeah, I freaked.
Yeah.
Freaked out.
That's crazy, man. What?
Yeah.
It
was just, I was not expecting. I heard the donation sound. I was like, okay, $10, $20, you know,
that's pretty
usual.
Even freak out of that.
Yeah.
Shit. That's awesome. That is
really
awesome.
It was really. And then I haven't seen him ever again. He just kind of did it, and I mean, it was like 3 days ago, but I haven't seen him since.
All right,
like,
okay. 3 days is fine. He might be a busy man, going around donating. Maybe trying to make up that $2,000 again.
It's like who has that $2,000 to just be like, here you go.
Yeah.
It's like, I wish I did.
Oh, I'm getting phone calls. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be having to. But no, that's cool, man. That's cool. So one of the last things I wanted to bring up before, tell me about TeamSpeak yesterday.
Oh my god. So it's more of like an inside joke thing, but so essentially I was in the Dallas-Fort Worth air traffic control TeamSpeak because that's where I'm training, and one of the dudes, his name is Raj Patel, and I was telling him about my back condition, and he's like, "Do you go to school for that?" I was like, what are you talking about? Do I go to school for my condition? He's like, do you go to school for it? It's like, what are you talking about? He's like, how old are you? I'm like, 25. And he's like, oh. Like, I thought he thought, like, I was in high school or something. But I just thought it was the funniest thing in the world. He was asking me if I went to school for my condition. It's like,
your back problem.
When do you go to school? You have a cold. You need to go to school to learn what this cold is all about, man.
So that way you can overcome it.
Exactly. I was like, what in the world is going on? I thought it was hilarious.
Oh, Just Bex is now hosting us with up to 12 viewers. Thank you very much, guys. Unfortunately, you've just joined us when we're probably coming to wrapping up at the end. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly shout out this awesome man, NarTwoGames, who has been our awesome guest for this evening. Or afternoon, depending on what time zone you're in. Morning if you're in Australia. He's actually been a really cool guest. Actually, been really interesting. Who's studied aviation at school and is hoping to become a pilot one day in the future. Very intelligent man. Definitely worth checking out his stream and asking him some questions. Like if you ask him some questions on like any sort of like airplane or like that sort of topic, you're definitely going to be getting a quality answer back, and we've had some really awesome discussions, especially about even films.
And if somebody asks about like crashes, it will get dark because I will play actual cockpit voice recorders of crashes for people. If they ask about it, I will explain it to them and play it.
That actually
and they don't
sounds
expect
like
it coming.
That sounds really interesting, actually. Like, yeah, we've talked about some of the crashes involved in Sully and Flight, and how realistic the films were, and actually how these situations occur, and how they might different scenarios might have occurred differently and stuff. So it's been a really good, interesting topic, but unfortunately we're going to have to end it there. So we're going to hopefully take this whole strain. We're going to continue that on. NarTwoGames has been the guest for today. We're going to let you choose who we're going to go stream raid after this. So yeah, who do you want to go show some love?
Let me go to my Twitch here. I was not expecting you to ask me this question.
Yeah, so I asked this to everyone at the end. I always enjoy letting the viewer, because it's always nice to maybe go see one of your friends or someone you might just find.
Exactly. I have a couple people. I just need to see if they're online.
Yeah, that's cool. While you're trying to find that, guys, one of the things that is actually just been put up on the YouTube is the most recent raid reaction video as well. So definitely worth checking out. I believe it's number 8. I'm actually just going to quickly drop a link to that. It's actually a really good one. Definitely get to the end. There's a very cool moment at the end of someone going pretty crazy after an Emmmmsie raid. So there's the link to the YouTube. So go check that out, and then I think NarTwoGames hopefully found someone.
I'm looking at the very last person to see if they're online here.
If not, there's
no.
always. If we're fine, we can always go to the official Team Emmmmsie community page and always try and find someone down at the bottom with 0 to 3 viewers. It's always quite nice to give them a bit of a surprise.
Let's do that. That's what I was thinking. I'm looking at the Discord right now for people that are going live.
Decent.
Let's see, they've got 10 viewers. Let's see. How about this person?
Sweet.
And I haven't heard of so many of these people. Here we go.
Copy the link, drop it in the chat, and we'll get showing that love. Boom.
Got 3 viewers.
Sweet, guys. Let's go show them the love, mate. Let's go make their day, okay? Boom. Thank you very much again, NarTwoGames, for coming on. It'll be on YouTube on Monday. You've been an incredible guest who's going to be streaming later tonight. So definitely keep an eye out for that, guys. All right. Peace out.
Have a good one, guys.